LinkedIn is pretty amazing at helping you grow your small business. We cannot stop your new clients from emailing you at 3 a.m. We can help you sell, market, and hire in one place. We cannot help you be in 3 places at once. And while we can't help you organize your calendar, LinkedIn can help you land more clients so you have a calendar to organize. Grow your small business on LinkedIn. Learn more at linkedin.com/smallbusiness.
This episode is brought to you by Netflix. The Four Seasons is back for season 2, starring Tina Fey, Will Forte, Coleman Domingo, Marco Calvani, Carrie Kenny Silver, and Erica Henningsen. After a difficult year, your favorite group of friends continues their tradition of vacationing together, now with a baby in tow. From the Jersey Shore to upstate New York and Italy, their getaways are sure to take unexpected turns where comedy ensues. Watch The Four Seasons May 28th, only on Netflix.
When she passed away financially, I paid for everything. My mom doesn't even have a tombstone in her grave because I don't have the money for it.
What are the other siblings doing?
They don't work.
What do they do?
This is the plaintiff, Jose Borja. He says the defendant, his great-granddaughter, has a camera and money which belongs to him, refuses to give it back, and even though it pains him, he has no choice but to sue her here in court for the $970 he's owed. This is the defendant, Jennifer Cespedes. She says her great-grandfather is sue happy. The guy even sued a famous restaurant in New York City for age discrimination. She has no idea why he thinks she should pay back a loan he made to her mother, who has since passed away, but hey, it's a free country. As far as the camera goes, her brother has it. She's accused of letting her granddaddy down.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Milian in our forum, the People's Court.
Seated, come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Mr. Borja, you are suing your great-granddaughter, Jennifer Cespedes, for $970, $800 of it a loan, and $170 for a camera that she didn't return. Tell me what's going on.
Hey, good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon.
One day she came to my house. She spoke to my wife. She needed a favor. She needed $800 to pay for her mother's divorce, to pay the papers to the lawyer.
Okay.
My wife and myself, we agreed, we give it $800.
Okay, now her mother is your granddaughter?
Yes.
Okay, but who is it who asked for the money?
She did.
She did, okay.
So we give it the $800.
To her, not to your granddaughter?
To this young lady.
Okay. This young lady is your great-granddaughter?
Yes.
Okay.
So I asked her how she's going to pay me back. She said she sooner she received the money from her income tax, she would pay me back.
Who would?
Mrs. Jennifer.
Okay, Jennifer.
She never gave me a dime.
Okay.
2 months later, we agreed that she's going to pay me $200 a month. She don't give me nothing.
Oh, okay.
Last month, I go to her job. She agreed that she's going to send me a check. She don't send me not even a dime.
Okay.
Your Honor, she works and she makes $800 a week. She got a car, $40,000 car. Her husband works.
So why did she need $800 from you? But why did you loan her the $800 if everything you're saying is true?
My wife, she said, please give it to her.
Is your wife her great-grandmother?
Yes.
Yeah. Talk to me about the camera.
The camera, well, I have some old paintings in my house. And she took the picture with my camera.
Okay.
She gave me $200 for this. It's not worth not even $20.
Okay. I'm sorry. Did she make that album?
Yes, the old paintings is mine.
Right.
She took the picture with my camera.
Okay.
She can finish, she took it home, everything, including my camera. 2 months later, she gave me this, and I don't want it, but I don't say anything. And she keep the $200.
These are your oil paintings?
Yes,
These are amazing. Who are they painted by?
a friend of mine.
You don't want to say his name?
Excuse me?
They're amazing. What's his name?
Joaquín,
Joaquín qué?
en Ecuador.
En Ecuador, pero what's his last name?
Cordero.
Pero I know, okay, now it's Joaquín from El Cordero, but what's his last name?
Cordero.
Oh, sorry. It's very talented. They're all paintings of civilians during war, right?
Correct.
Or captives.
Yes.
Wow. Who's this?
Mike Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Yes.
Okay, well, now it's just getting weird. All right. Let me hear from you about this loan and the camera, which are the subject of a lawsuit. Because it's kind of unusual for your great-grandfather to have to sue you.
Correct. The money that was borrowed, it was my mom that borrowed the money because she didn't want to be married to my dad anymore. So she went over to him and she asked him if she can borrow $900 so she can pay for the divorce. That way she can, because she found out she had cancer and she didn't want to be buried with his last name.
Huh.
So she went over there.
How long had she been separated from him? Or she wasn't separated from
She
him?
was about 15 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for a long time.
So she had one final piece of... Did your mom pass away?
She did.
Okay, I'm sorry. So she didn't want...
She didn't want to be buried.
She wanted to finish the business. And so
Yeah.
who went to him and asked him for the money?
My mom.
You didn't?
I did not.
Why is he saying that you did?
I don't know. I didn't ask
Who
him
asked for the money?
Excuse me, she asked the money and she gave it to her brother-in-law. Her brother, when her mother died, her brother-in-law gave it back the $800 to her.
Wait, stop. Who's the brother-in-law? Is that the person who was going to represent her in the divorce?
Yes.
No, he's not even a lawyer. How will he
Well,
represent
she
her?
mentioned her brother-in-law.
I
Was
let him
he-
speak. Can I speak now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I didn't interrupt him.
Okay.
So my mom went over there.
I asked him, that's why.
So my mom went over there and she said, listen, Grandpa, I want to get a divorce. I don't want to be buried. And because the thing is, when she buried her sister, she had to give her sister's husband a last name in the Catholic cemetery. So she didn't want his last name on her tombstone. So she went over there and she didn't ask him for the money. She asked his wife for the money. And he gave it to her. I was not present when he gave her the
Is
money.
his wife your great-grandmother?
Yes.
Okay.
She's my great-grandmother. I wasn't present when he gave her the money, but she told me, and my he doesn't... It's shocking to hear this because my grandfather, he doesn't lie. He doesn't. I've never known him to lie. We have a great relationship. So for him to stand there and say that I went over to him to ask him for some money is shocking to me because I didn't. It was my mom. And she found out she had cancer in 1 month. The next month, she found out it was stage 4. The next month, she found out she had 1 month to live. And then the next month, she was gone.
I'm sorry.
And that's what happened. I didn't go over there and ask for the money.
Okay. Now, that money was money that was given to a divorce lawyer?
No.
Where
My
did that
mom-
money go?
She couldn't get the divorce because all her bills were mounting up because she couldn't work. So I go over there every weekend. So she had told me about the money. So I said, listen, Grandpa, Mommy told me she borrowed $900 from you, or $800, whatever he said. And I'm just letting you know she's getting unemployment with $400 a week. So I'm going to make sure when she gets her unemployment, she pays you little by little.
Okay.
And he said, sure. And I spoke to my grandma, and she said, sure, it was fine.
Okay.
Before I came here, I called my grandmother, and we still speak. And I told my grandmother, I said, Grandma, do you know Grandpa's suing me? And then she said, well, he feels that you should pay it. And I said, why? She said, because you're the only one that works. My mom has 5 kids. When she passed away financially, I paid for everything. My mom doesn't even have a tombstone in her grave because I don't have the money for it.
What are the other siblings doing?
They don't work.
What do they do?
Nothing. They don't do anything. They don't work. They live with my mom. I don't live with my mom. My mom used the money to pay for bills. What bill? I can't tell you because I don't know. She took the money and she paid for the bills in her house. She never got to get her divorce. So if I was living with my mom and she was paying the bills and I was laying up in the house just like my brothers were doing, I would be more than happy to pay it to him because she used that money to pay for the bills and I'm living there. But I'm not living there. I don't live there. I have my own place. I don't live with my mom. So when he says that I went over there, I've never asked my grandfather for anything, ever. And the book that he mentioned, I did that book and I did it for free. I never took any money from my grandfather,
Why does he
ever.
think that he paid you $200 for that?
For the book, I don't know. This is a living. My grandfather has sued so many people and he always wins. He sued Tavern on the Green.
He sued Tavern on the Green?
He did.
For
and
what?
He won for age discrimination.
Really?
You Google him and you will see all the people he sued.
She's proud of you.
But it was only me. It's all together, working 200
Yeah, it's
people
like
in the
A class action?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
He's very smart. He's very smart. So when he goes after someone, you best to believe, be scared, because I understand he's gonna win. But Grandpa, I didn't. If I did, I would borrow the money and I would pay it back to him. But I didn't borrow it. I didn't. So I don't feel why I should have to pay for
Your
it.
Honor, she came to my house with her mother. She got $800
Wait, where was she when you handed the $800? Who did you hand the $800 to?
to her.
Not to the mom?
No.
Even though the mom was there
Because
now?
she's the boss in the house. She's the one, she do everything.
Okay, but you handed
When
to
her mother
her
died-
and not to your granddaughter?
No,
Where's your wife?
she's home. She's very sick.
She didn't want to be here, did she?
She's in
very
bed for the
sick.
last year and a half.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Since my daughter died, my wife is very sick.
My grandfather has very...
How do you think it makes her feel that you're suing your
Your Honor, I don't want to know anything about this young lady. If I tell you everything, you won't believe it.
What are you so mad at?
It's very complicated in this family.
It's
It's too
complicated
bad
in
it's
every
also my
family.
family. I
It's
don't want to say
complicated
anything.
in every family.
He's been
I
through a lot,
understand that.
Your Honor. He's buried all of his kids and all of his grandkids.
All of them?
All of them.
Oh my gosh.
He's buried all of his 3 children and those children, and he buried all of his grandkids. He's been through a lot. He has. But I don't want to call him a liar, but he's not telling the truth.
You Honor,
He's very convinced of it.
When her mother died, she got the money back from her brother-in-law. He gave it $800 to
What
her.
does the brother-in-law have to do with this?
He's nothing to me. They don't have any money. They live far away. I don't have any communication.
No, but why does he anchor them in here? What is it?
Because he despises him for some reason.
But why does he think you gave the money to him?
I don't know. Honestly, I really, truly do not know.
Did you give money to him?
No, I did not.
Did he have something to do
He
with
never
the
had anything to
obtaining
do.
of a
My mom
divorce?
went over there, asked him, Grandpa, I do not want to be married to this man. Point blank, simple. Can you lend me the money? He obliged. He gave it to her.
Were you present?
I was not there when he gave her the money. I wasn't. But my mom told me about it.
And then you talked to him about it.
Yeah, and then when
said,
she
I
was sick-
understand that she borrowed some money, and as soon as she starts getting her unemployment, she'll start paying you back.
Correct.
She passed away very quickly after that.
Very quickly. She was diagnosed. She was misdiagnosed with multiple sclerosis. So when she passed away, she had cancer from her head to her toe.
Oh my goodness! How does a
She didn't
misdiagnosis of that
she
happen?
didn't even know that she had cancer.
Talk to me about the camera.
The camera, I've always do things for my grandfather as far as take pictures and do slideshow. He never paid me for that. Grandpa, you never paid me
I
for
give you
that.
$200 for the album.
No, you did not.
Sure, I give you $200.
No, the Shutterfly album costs about how much?
The Shutterfly album costs about $60.
$60 or something
Yeah.
like that. But and he says he paid you to do it. He gave you $200.
No, he never ever paid me.
And that's where we are. That's you say yes, she says no. Is there anything in writing between the two of
No,
you?
I don't have it in writing.
Did your wife write an affidavit corroborating that
If I
it's the
call
way
my
you
grandmother
say?
right now and just put her on speaker and I'll be like, Grandma, you know I'm here.
Aye, please, I don't wanna do that.
She would say, well,
What happens if I call your wife right now? What is she gonna say?
You ask anything you want, please do it.
She's not a liar.
No, but I don't want to. Is she well enough for me to call her?
Yes, she is.
She can answer the phone, please.
Does she know that I'm going to call her? Did you guys tell her that we might call her?
Well, she know I'm here.
She knows you're here?
Yes.
I think you should call her.
What do you think?
Please, call her.
Really?
I do.
Okay.
Because my grandma, she's not gonna lie. She's not like that.
Get business done with the new American Express Graphite Business Cash Unlimited card. With unlimited 2% cash back on all eligible purchases, unlimited 5% cash back on flights and prepaid hotels booked through American Express Travel Online, and a flexible spending capacity that can grow with your business, you'll have the confidence to keep building. Apply today and earn a welcome offer of $1,500 cash back after you spend $50,000 in qualifying purchases on your new card within the first 6 months of card membership. Terms apply. Learn more at go.amex/graphite.
You may think you know McDonald's drinks, but you don't know them like this. From fruity refreshers like the Strawberry Watermelon Refresher and the Mango Pineapple Refresher with popping boba, to crafted sodas like the Sprite Berry Blast with berry-flavored Sprite topped with cold foam. Who knew ice-cold drinks could be so fire? 6 all-new drinks are here. Try them all, now at McDonald's. Refreshers contain caffeine.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. Would you ever sue a relative if you thought that relative did you wrong?
Maybe it's like extended family. If they
Oh, like a cousin you would, but a brother you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I'd take up court.
What? You could ruin the relationship, you realize, right?
It would be the last measure. If there was no other measure already taken.
Who would not sue a relative under any circumstances? Everybody would sue a relative. Okay, I like that. Going inside the courtroom.
Okay, why don't you get her on the line? And do you have a cell phone?
Yeah, I have it, but I don't know how to work it. Sorry.
How long have you been married to your wife?
66 years. Long time.
God bless you.
Hi, Grandma. It's me, Jen. I'm good. No, not really. I wanted you to speak to the judge. She's gonna ask you a question. Okay, Grandma. I'm sorry. All right, so I'll call you later. I love you. She doesn't want to.
She doesn't want to get involved. That's all right. It's all right. What did she say?
She said, no, I'm sick. That's why I didn't go over there.
Okay. I want her to know that he said to call her too, so she doesn't blame you, okay?
No, she won't blame me.
You make sure to tell your wife that you also suggested it so that she doesn't blame her for putting her in the middle. Talk to me about the camera, though. We never got there.
So anyway, like I was saying, so I do a lot of stuff, and I did the book for him for free. And it's Shutterfly, so I have an account with them, and I get discounts, and it didn't cost me anything. So he wanted me to do a DVD slideshow, and my mom goes there every week. Even when she had cancer, she goes there every week. So she took the camera with her, so I can do a project. And unfortunately, the camera disappeared, and I never got to do the project for her.
Did you ever see the camera?
No, it was in my mom's house, because I don't live with my mom.
You think one of your siblings took it?
I don't know.
Who's the one who took the camera from your house? Your granddaughter or your great-granddaughter?
She did it.
She took the camera from the house?
She was in my house when I gave her the $800.
No, I'm talking about the camera.
So, okay,
She
he
did.
said she was in the house when I gave her the $800. No, I was not. So when you gave who the $800?
Everything I say, you honor, she say
You
no.
contradicted yourself right now.
But
Oh, no, he just used the pronoun she and her.
But I want you to know this. When her mother died, she buried her mother someplace nobody knows.
Because I couldn't
And she
afford
don't
to
wanna
bury her
tell
in New York.
Her own brothers, they don't want to tell. Because she's the boss in the house. Her brothers, they don't know where the mother is buried.
Well, who had to bury her? Because the brothers were doing what?
They don't do nothing.
Exactly. So she's the boss in the house because everybody else left her in this position.
And why she
I
got-
bet she'd love to have 3 brothers who take the bull by the horns and don't leave her in this position.
I couldn't bury my mom in New York.
Because you couldn't afford to.
I buried her in Jersey. I couldn't afford it.
Okay.
Your Honor,
Yeah.
ask her why she was in jail.
I'll tell you. You don't have to
Were
ask
you
me.
convicted of a crime? Yes
No.
or no? No? Then
But I
it's-
will voluntarily tell you.
If you want to say it, you can say it.
I
I'm
want
not
to.
asking you because it's not relevant unless you were convicted, but go ahead.
When my mom was diagnosed with cancer, I spent the nights in the hospital with her, and then I would go to work. One time I came home, and my brother was having a huge party at my mom's house with his girlfriend. It made me angry. So I hit her, I was arrested, and I went to jail. And that's what happened. And she dropped the charges.
All right, Mr. Borja. Well, you win some and you lose some, and today you're going to lose some. I find that regardless of who transported money, and she says she didn't, that you know that you were making a loan to your granddaughter and not your great-granddaughter, and I don't find that your great-granddaughter has to pay back the $800 loan that you made to your daughter. I am also finding her testimony that she never ended up even seeing the camera to be credible testimony, and I am ruling in her favor. Mr. Borja, I know that you're angry and that you feel justified in bringing forth the lawsuit. I have to ask you to ask yourself, at the end of the day, what's going to be more important, who won in here or the relationship that you have with your great-granddaughter? Eso usted se lo pregunta a usted mismo.
Yo no tengo que contestarlo porque no quiero saber nada de esta familia.
No, pero ¿sabe algo? Lo va a tener que contestar a usted mismo, a su propio corazón en algún momento.
Claro.
No en este momento, pero en algún momento.
Claro.
All right. Good luck to you, folks. Sorry.
May I have my album, please?
All right, so the plaintiff comes out here. Sir, come right in next to me and tell me, how's you...
There's no comments, please. Thank you. Thank you very much.
That's it?
Thank you.
You sure that's the way you want to leave it here?
Thank you.
Okay, sir. Absolutely. Right around the corner this way.
Where's
Okay?
my jacket?
It's right in the back there. They'll get it for you. All right. With total respect for the elderly gentleman, he didn't want to have any comment. And how are you feeling coming out of the courtroom here?
I don't feel good. It's my grandfather, so...
If I could have asked him a question, I would have asked him, don't you want a relationship with your great-granddaughter? I mean, isn't that more important? Just like the judge asked him. What's your feeling about that?
He has that relationship with me. He has to love me because I'm his granddaughter. So at the end of the day, he says he doesn't want to have anything to do with me, but he has to. I'm going to go see him when I want to. I'm going to hug him when I want to. So at the end of the day, he has to.
Okay.
I'll sue him for that.
Good luck to you.
Okay.
All right. Harvey.
You know, you cannot sue a relative just because they're connected to the debtor. If you have somebody borrows money from you or whatever, you have to either sue that person, or if the person dies, you can sue the person's estate. But it doesn't matter if it's a relative who was taking care of the person, you have to sue the person who borrowed the money and didn't repay. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
Tomorrow morning is knocking. Stock your fridge now. How about a creamy mocha frappuccino drink? Or a sweet vanilla? Smooth caramel, maybe? Or a white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Find Starbucks Frappuccino drinks wherever you buy your groceries.
This is the plaintiff, Deborah. She says the defendant, her neighbor of 15 years, cut down a 40-foot pine tree on her property, which as it fell got caught up on another 40-foot oak tree, which he cut down as well. When she got home, she couldn't believe her eyes. 2 40-foot trees down in her yard. When she knocked on the defendant's door and said to him, "What gives?" he told her he was drunk. She wanted to hit the hot-headed guy with a 2x4, but calmer heads prevailed. She filed this lawsuit instead and is suing the Paul Bunyan wannabe for the $2,745 she's owed. This is the defendant, Bruce. He says he asked the plaintiff's son if he could remove a dead tree in the woods, and he told him it would be okay. Since he was the man of the house, he didn't think there'd be a problem, so he got a chainsaw and cut it down. The plaintiff even told him she wanted the dead trees off her property, so he thought he was doing her a favor. Now he's being sued? She must have lost her mind. He's accused of a chainsaw massacre.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Deborah, you've asked us to refer to you only by your first name, and we'll respect that. You're suing Bruce, who has also asked the same request, for your neighbor, for $2,745 in damages that you sustained as a result of him going onto your property and chopping down your trees. Tell me what happened.
Your Honor, I was out of town for the day, and when I came back, there was extension ladder and 2 stumps left in my yard. And when I asked my son what happened...
How about the trees?
They were gone.
Like totally gone?
Well, there was 2 8-foot stumps left, and then the rest of the trees were laying down on the
ground.
Property. Yes.
They weren't gone.
Right.
I mean, they were chopped.
They were chopped
But they
down.
were, okay, so go on.
So when I asked my son what happened, because he was at home, he explained to me that he was asleep. Bruce came into the house.
How did he get in?
He walked in.
You guys leave your door unlocked?
It was in the middle of the day.
Where are you from?
It was in the middle.
All right, don't give your address, okay? So go ahead.
It was in the middle of this Saturday afternoon, and walked in, explained to my son that there was a branch shading his property, things couldn't grow. Would he mind if he took down the branch? My son thought that it was a strange request, but that he's, we were neighbors. He said, well...
How long have you been neighbors?
15 years.
Were you close?
Well, we live side by side.
No, but there are people who live side by side and they never see each other and they're not close.
No, we've been friendly for years.
Okay.
Yes. So Tyler didn't see a problem with that, although it's not actually his call, but he went ahead and said, go ahead.
How old's your son?
22.
Oh.
At the time. He's 23 now.
When your neighbor went into the house, what was Tyler doing?
Sleeping.
Oh. And what time of the day or night was it?
It was in the afternoon.
Okay.
So about an hour later, Tyler heard the crash of the trees falling.
How big is your property?
It's about an acre or so. I'm not even sure.
And how mature were these trees? How big were they? How tall?
About 30, 40 feet high, about 2 foot wide I have pictures.
Oh, goodness, let me see.
Actually, I have the pictures from my fence to the distance where the trees were standing and pictures of the stumps. Now. And so you can see how wide they were. But anyway, so Tyler heard the crash, went outside to find that Bruce had not taken down a branch off maybe the tree that was actually closer to his property, which would be next to the fence.
Wait, this is the fence?
Yes.
And these are the stumps?
About 37 feet away
from the fence?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
If there's other
there's not lots of sunlight on your yard.
Unfortunately.
I don't think there's sunlight on his yard.
There's no problem with Bruce's yard.
No, but I mean, there's no more sunlight on his yard as a result. There's sunlight on your yard. These are in the middle of your property.
Yes. There was actually not a problem with those trees with Bruce's property. I don't understand why Bruce was actually in the middle of my yard sawing down my trees.
Has he ever sawed down your trees before?
No. He sawed down his own trees.
Has he ever done yard work in your yard before?
No. No, he's
So
not.
what do you do when you realize, when you come home, what's your first inkling? Oh, your son by now knows.
That there was a problem.
Right, and so he tells you.
Yes.
And then you go out, you look at it, and then do you go knock on his door?
Oh, yes.
And what happens?
I said, what were you thinking? And he said, I was drunk. His exact words, I was drunk. And I said, okay, I should have you arrested, but because we're neighbors for 15 years, write me a note and you have 6 weeks to clean up your mess, which he attempted to, and because it is a huge mess, he could not. So I had an estimate, a very fair estimate because I just wanted the mess cleaned up and then the trees replaced.
With saplings, because you can't,
Okay.
right?
And I gave him the opportunity to do that. He refused, so I had to file a police report and then go to my lawyer, and then I sent him a letter saying that, I was really disappointed, that he wouldn't, take responsibility for the damage that he had caused and the destruction of my property, that I would have to, take this up further because I, as a, single mother, 3 kids, enough responsibility of my own without causing, problems myself.
What happened?
What happened, Bruce?
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
Well, I was just looking at the things that don't match.
So you tell me, forget about looking at the other side. Just
All
look me right in the eye and tell me what happened that day.
Okay. I didn't go in his house and wake him up out of his bed. I don't know what that is. I seen him in the yard while I was doing my yard, and I asked him if I could cut them, and he said yes.
Cut what?
The trees.
2 trees in the middle of her yard?
They're not in the middle of the yard. There's 4 lots. They're at the very end. They're the north of her house. I have pictures, too, if you want to see them.
Yeah, let me see your pictures.
Okay.
Her picture shows the fence and the stump. Look at this picture. Is that how far away those trees are from the
They're
fence?
about 25 feet, but they're down the hill, as you can see, the second
Right,
of
but
mine.
take a look at the picture.
Okay.
So they're far away from the fence.
Okay.
What? But
So here's the stumps.
You're wrong.
Right here.
stop.
Bruce,
Look at me. Why did you cut down the lady's trees?
Because the pine tree was in my yard, shadowing it and making moss. And
But there's a bunch of
I
trees
have
that are standing
allergies.
there that are like probably shadowing your yard. And you have the right as a homeowner to go up to the sky, not onto her property, but up to the sky, unless you have her permission. Who owns that house? The 22-year-old kid sleeping in the middle of the day?
Yes, Your
Or
Honor,
the
he gave
woman
me
who's
permission.
working?
I should have probably made sure he asked his mother if
Oh, you
I
think?
could.
Yeah.
Well, I should
and
have.
according to
Yes.
him, what you asked permission for was to cut a branch, not chop down 2 trees.
I asked to cut down the pine tree, and I have a witness here.
Why are you chopping down 2 trees on somebody else's property? Were you drunk? Had you drank a little?
I did have a drink, but I wasn't drunk. I wasn't,
A little bit drunk?
no.
Who does this? Who goes on their neighbor's property and chops down 2 trees? Particularly drunk. If you're drunk, do you realize how
No, I
close-
know, it's damaging.
how dangerous that was?
Yes, Your Honor. But
I mean,
wasn't-
you're not a lumberjack.
I
How do you
wasn't-
know which? You know what I mean?
cut 5 trees for the people that lived there before her. I've been there for 39
That's
years.
very nice, but you know what? That's
had-
kind of dangerous, skilled work. And you don't realize that until you know somebody who actually died chopping a tree down, like I do. Who thought he knew what he was doing too. I mean, and especially if you've been drinking, you shouldn't be doing that. I mean, that's
Yes, Your
crazy.
Honor, I know.
Crazy. It was the middle of the day.
So I wasn't drunk in the middle of the day.
I don't know.
And whatever, I don't label jars, not people. And
You what?
So I label jars, not people. So I don't put a label on her. If I seen her drinking, or the sons, I'm not here about that. It's about the tree. And I measured, the tree is 65 feet from the street, and then that's where the land's flat. And then 12 feet down, it's going downhill, like you see the picture. So it's in the back of the woods where I took it out. There's plenty of other pine trees in there.
Oh, so she should just be happy with the trees you left her.
One was rotten. No, she wouldn't be happy, but she wants to charge all kind of money to have
Why
it
did you chop
replaced.
down 2 trees in the middle of the lady's yard?
It isn't in the middle of the yard.
Yeah,
it's on
it
the
is.
edge. It's going
40
down.
feet away from the. Just listen to me. Why did you want to chop down those 2
Because
trees?
it was called moss, and moss causes, like if you breathe, you can breathe in the moss. So it was showering my whole yard, the back with moss. So I wanted
Okay,
to
so
cut
it was
down.
because they were shading your yard?
It was putting moss growing on it from the
In your
trees.
yard, moss
Yes.
is growing from the shade from these trees?
Yes, the pine
Because those
tree.
were the tallest of the trees?
That was the big one, the pine tree was. The other one was the rotten one, was the maple.
And according to you, you asked the son, and he gave you permission to chop down the entire tree in the backyard?
Yes, he said I could do
Not
it.
a branch?
I didn't ask for a branch, I asked for the tree.
Hey, can I chop down a tree? Oh!
There's about 37 trees back. Your Honor,
Sure,
there's
what
about-
time is it? Oh, it's only 2 o'clock. Yeah, whatever. Why are you waking me up at this hour? Okay.
Oh, God. There's about 37 trees there now, and they grow and they come. They're pine trees. They're out in the wild. They're not like it says on this thing, $500. It isn't a royal palm. It's a regular pine tree. I bought a magnolia, white magnolia, for $40. It's a lot better than any of them. And I was going to bring her one that I get. At the end of the year, I buy these trees, and she could have a nice red tree to replace the tree that was worth replacing. And it wasn't the pine or sap, and so I
Okay,
offered...
call your witness. What is it you wanted to tell me?
Just that I did witness that he did talk to the son. He came in the house and he said, oh, he told me that I can cut the tree down.
Oh, wait, you witnessed him talking to the son, or he told you that he talked to the son?
He told me, but then I seen the son out there when he went out with his chainsaw, so...
And the son was out there during the cutting?
No.
And did you witness the son getting upset and saying, what the heck?
No, he didn't get upset. There was no upsetness. She's the one that got upset, and
I don't blame her.
either.
Right?
I don't blame her either.
Well, what is your relationship with him?
He's my boyfriend.
Okay, and didn't you say to him, what are you, nuts? Wait until she gets home.
I didn't say anything. I was busy with my dad.
Hurry, cut down the tree so we can blame it on the boy.
It's not my yard. I didn't say anything. I mean, it was his business, so I was doing what I was doing.
I've been over there plenty of times. I helped her when her lawnmower broke. She wanted to use mine.
It is not helping her to do something behind her back. You want to help her, ask her if she needs help. It's like, it's crazy. It's crazy. So what do you think is fair, Bruce? I'm just curious. In retrospect, I think you kind of regret asking a 22-year-old boy whether you could chop trees on a house that he doesn't own, right?
Yes, Your Honor, I take responsibility.
Because you know he's not the owner. You know mom is the owner.
Right.
But you know, what do you suppose is a fair outcome of this? You just think that the bill that she is submitting is too high?
Why is it so incredibly stupid to cut down a tree, a 40-foot tree, when you're drunk?
I just think that so much could go wrong. And
like what?
Well, someone could get hurt. Either the guy cutting the tree down or somebody else that's in the neighborhood.
Why is it dangerous for the guy who's cutting the tree down?
Because he's drunk.
Okay, but what happened? I mean, why is it dangerous?
It's a 40-foot tree. It can go any way. Fall on houses, cars, vehicles, anything.
So it's unpredictable?
It's unpredictable.
Okay, even the dog agrees how stupid it is going inside the courtroom.
I think it's very high. I mean, I buy trees. I put weeping cherries. I put in magnolias. For,
If it's so much cheaper than what she's saying, then why didn't you just hire somebody to go ahead and take care of it and make your neighbor happy after you realize a horrible mess you'd
I was doing it, and I took it up, we dragged it up, and I would have did the arrest, but she threw me off after a few weeks doing the job. So, you know, I was complying.
Why would it take a few weeks of doing the job? Do you have a day job?
Not then, I didn't.
Okay, so why would it take a few weeks to get this job done?
Because to pull it up and drag it out of the woods.
Yeah, it's hard. You got to get a few friends and say, hey, I screwed something up royally, and I need some help. I got to do this job where you guys, you got to get it done so you don't get sued. Why are you taking a giant step away from him? You don't really want to be associated with him? Look how far. Go ahead, go sit down, have a seat. Don't worry about it. You know, look, you
She
can't.
seen me go over there helping her a lot. She thought that we had something going on the first few years.
Oh, really?
Did you?
Yeah.
I asked him. You know, because I used to do her plowing, her snow, the mailbox. I helped her daughter fix the car. I helped the son fix the window.
Is that true? Would he go and
Yes.
plow, and would he help your daughter fix a car? And is all that true?
We're neighbors, and neighbors look out for each other, yes.
It's kind of nice.
Oh.
No, listen, not all neighbors look
Absolutely.
out for each other. Some neighbors
We do.
barely say hi and bye.
I fed her dogs. I used to breed animals. I had 226 animals in that
So
property.
sad.
And well, now I step into whatever the dogs poop because sometimes it gets loose, and I return the dog. I don't say I'm gonna get you. You know, there's no hate.
Nobody's
you know?
out to get
and
you,
if she
Bruce.
wins, you know, Your Honor, if
Nobody's
she
out to
wins,
get you.
I hope that school that she bring her daughter down in Florida, she puts that money instead of putting a tree in that
It's
elaborate
North Carolina.
neighborhood toward her college. You know, that's what I would hope. You know, my cup is full. Hey,
That's
really.
kind of up to her, isn't it? If she wants to replace
Right,
the tree
right.
you chop down Paul Bunyan, I'm not sure you get to decide if she doesn't do it. Oh, my goodness. All right. Let's figure this out.
Who likes pine trees? Jeez.
Okay. Well, you know, it's not your place.
I know,
Look,
but
I understand what you're saying, that it's a wooded area, it's a bunch of trees. I understand what you're saying, that it's
allergies
not
for
like
moss.
it's one magnificent magnolia in the front of an estate.
Right.
It's a wooded area. I understand what you're saying, but you have absolutely no right to go on your neighbor's property, much less ask her 22-year-old boy whether it's okay. And the only thing I can attribute it to is you being wasted. Because I don't understand how anybody in their right mind, if you were in your right mind, I'd like to think that you're smarter than that and that you wouldn't think it's okay to ask the son that question. So I have to assume you weren't in your right mind In your defense, I'm hoping you were wasted. Stand up and come over here because you were there that day. Had he been drinking? Had he been drinking?
He had a few.
How many's a few?
Oh, I don't know. I don't watch him drink.
Yeah, you do.
No,
How
I
many
don't.
was a few?
I really.
Broad daylight, how many? What's his liquid of choice?
Beer.
How many did he had?
Really, I don't know, but he wasn't like wasted.
How drunk was he?
I'm not gonna say he was even drunk. If he was drinking, I'm not gonna say he was drunk because he wasn't.
She didn't take my blood level that night.
You didn't take your blood to know if you're too drunk to make a reasonable decision?
If I was, I wouldn't be able to do the job.
Well, you might, and you might have gotten yourself killed. Do you not realize how wrong you are? Seriously?
Yes, I realize I am. I
Okay,
said.
all right. So here we go. Now we got to decide what the appropriate amount is. Is this your one estimate, or do you have other estimates?
That was the one that I thought was the most fair.
Well, why? Because it's bigger?
Yeah.
Do you have other estimates?
Actually, the other one was way higher, and I threw it out. This guy, I said, I just want, if anybody was to come to you and say, look, I need this cleaned up and these trees replaced, give me a fair estimate. If anybody was to come, not just because it was my neighbor coming over here and doing something like this.
Right.
And so.
Okay, I think it's a little bit high, to be honest with you.
Little.
No, yeah, just a little.
Yeah.
And if I were you, I wouldn't smirk either. Yeah, I think it's a little bit high. Okay. I am ordering a judgment in your favor in the amount of $2,000. Verdict for the plaintiff. Good luck.
All right, both sides, hold on, I do. So the plaintiff has collected almost everything she sued for, not quite. Step on in here, sir, and tell me what's your reaction to this verdict. Pretty wrong of you, huh?
Very well wrong of me, but pretty wrong digging for high prices like that.
Well, what's she supposed to do?
I would have offered her 2 trees and would have put them in.
Have you ever just apologized to her?
Nope, that'll be on my amends list.
You're going to do that?
Yes, I will.
All right, and you can invite her over. What about the neighborhood? How's the neighborhood now? Is it a little chilly around there, or are you guys still?
I don't know.
Talk to
They'll
each
still
other?
talk. They'll still talk to Sue. I don't know if I will, but the kids talk to me. They wave. All
right, do you regret doing this? What you did?
To an extent, yes.
All right, head around the corner, okay? All right, come on out here and tell me you satisfied with what you got? Judge rules for you $2,000.
Yes, that was fine. I wasn't looking to, humiliate Bruce or screw him over financially or anything. I just wanted the trees cleaned up, replaced, and
Do you talk to him in the neighborhood when you see him?
He's been pretty much like keeping a low profile.
He wants you to put the money toward college. What do you think of that?
Well, that certainly would be helpful for my daughter.
Harvey?
If you go on somebody's property to cut down a tree or whatnot, you better get advance permission, and you should protect yourself by getting an email.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.